Hi people, welcome to Katak Town, and today we're gonna be building a park. It's a park by the beach. You can see it's a coastal park, so sort of like complete this. We've got a hillside town, we've got a city hall, we've got a tram station. So the park is sort of like, it's actually the first thing I built, but I'll release it later. It's sort of like to complete the trifecta of, you know, these three elements to this coastal park. And the park is where, let's say, long time ago I built the camper van park, and the camper van park on the hillside is gonna be overlooking this park. It's nice, right? And you'll see it later in the cinematic. Anyway, just to speak about the concept of this park, it's gonna be, and I'll try to make it as unintrusive as possible. No big large buildings, no shops, just new street stalls maybe, and mostly it's gonna be nature oriented, right? And it's kind of inspired by two things that I've encountered in my life. The beach parks in Brunei. Brunei is a country in Borneo. It's sort of like our neighbor, Malaysia's neighbor. It's in between Sabah and Sarawak and Borneo, and above Kalimantan, which is Indonesia. So it's kind of three countries in one island. It's kind of unique. So yeah, the Brunei beach parks are really nice and really simple. There's just like a park, not a lot of buildings. You gotta drive out to the shop. I'm not talking about all of the beaches, some of the beaches that I went to. And the beach is just a beach, and that's it. It's like, you know, undisturbed. It's like pure beach, you know. And yeah, I kind of like that. And we might have other beaches with like fun fairs and stuff, but for this beach, it's gonna be unintrusive. It's gonna be nature oriented, and also inspired by Kiki's delivery service, where there's a beach in the city, right, where it's just grass and then it's a beach, the ocean. So yeah, let's get building. Okay, so this is sort of like the layout. So I'm using these roads, but I might change it later because I think these are bicycle roads. So I'm gonna make the layout kind of like in a half egg shape, half oval. I don't know what's the word for it. So that there's gonna be a main road that goes kind of half circular, and then a main road that connects to a tram road. And there's a new tram mod where you don't have to make a circle anymore, and the tram can just change lanes and then go backwards. How do you say it? Go back. So the tram does not need to go circle to go back. You get me? We'll talk about that later, maybe. We'll explore that. And then we're going to have a roundabout, and I'm using the hard way to build this roundabout because I forgot to subscribe to Roundabout Builder mod, which would have made it easier. So this is the old school way, and I'm going to connect the roundabout to the main road, which connects to the intersection, to the city, and then to a tunnel. And this is a tunnel that connects to some random tunnel roads in the city, and we're gonna pretend that this tunnel leads to a parking spot, okay? And we're gonna use BOB to sort of like change all the traffic lights. I really like these Clus, CLUS. He's a content creator in a workshop. Like, he used to make these traffic lights for his roads, and there's no way to use them for other roads. But now with the BOB mod, which I love very much, you can use this Clus traffic lights on any of your roads, right? Let me get a sip of coffee. All right, you just watch the build. This is the entrance, right? So the park's DLC, you gotta set up an entrance. So this is a big entrance. I don't know what to do with this entrance yet in terms of there's a gated part, right? So I just let it, you know, just let it be empty. So it's gonna connect to sort of like a pedestrian tunnel, and this pedestrian tunnel is gonna connect to the main pedestrian pathway, which kind of connects the camper van part with the other side and the tram station. So if you're from the city, you can take the tram. It's the last stop. The last stop is a park. Well, there's one line that stops there. There's another line that goes some other way and stops at the mosque. And these are kind of like the inner pedestrian roads, right? So people can go along the main road, they can explore, you know. Oh, I like these decals. I think they're Brazilian decals, right? Copacabana, is that it? Was it Ipanema? Ipanema maybe, I don't know. I've seen some Brazilian vlogs. And I also like, and yeah, they have these kind of tiles, right? And also like this. These are Indian curbs. Yeah, you gotta search for, if you like Asian style curbs with like zebra patterns. These Indian curbs are really high. I like it. I wish they had a network version, right? Because in India they have these kind of curbs, but really tall. In Malaysia we have these kind of curbs, but really low. So sometimes I like to use these Indian curbs because they kind of look, they look prominent. And yeah, we're gonna plop some trees, a lot of trees. Yeah, I get my Mr. Maison hat on, and a variety of trees. Some of them tropical, some of them not so. And yeah, we're gonna detail kind of like not so symmetrical, and we're gonna have bushes to sort of like highlight the path. And then we're gonna have, you know, mountain grass, even meadow grass, just to kind of fill up the grass area. I like to use props on the grass instead of just leaving the grass as is for some reason. Yeah, let me get another sip of this coffee. Okay, Wonder Coffee. Wonder Coffee. That's some good shit. These are gazebos. These are gazebo props. I think garden. Here's another gazebo prop. You can check out, you know, all the mods and assets used. There's a few links down below. I can't remember every asset that I use, but I love every single one of them and the creators who create them, right? I like these gazebos. They look very Asian. I think they're Chinese, right? And yeah, Chinese people are part of Malaysia, right? So yeah, you gotta have Chinese elements, Indian elements, Malaysian elements, native elements, all of that. And magnolias. With some pink highlights on our park, right? And these are, I forgot what the name of these trees. I don't think they're Asian trees, but we want our parks to look a bit classy. And these are plastic. These are important to an Asian city, plastic tables and chairs. And these are buildings. So your Sims are actually gonna use these tables. They're gonna sit down. So Sims are gonna be randomly sitting down. And these are food trucks. You know what? I wish we had Asian food trucks in the workshop. I might do, yeah, I don't know how to design 3D stuff. I might get someone to do some Asian food trucks, right? You know, those white food trucks, sell burgers, you know, whatever. And I tried to put smoke, but I don't know, it looks too ugly. These are vanilla smokes. I wonder if they are like workshop smokes. I'm not too sure. And that's a CIV sim civilian prop, which I like. Okay, because it looks like an Asian man there. Because I think that's sort of like a sci-fi asset, but it kind of looks like an Indian uncle. So I kind of like to put it. And this is Linda, by the way, with Shredra made. Very vital assets. These assets are vital to sort of like give some parts of the, you know, street food, you know. We don't have a street food sort of like concept in City Skylines, right? So you got to put assets of citizens to make it look, you know, populated, right? Oh yeah, and this area is gonna be a camper van, a second camper van. I have a camper van area on the hillside, right, which I built a long time ago, and it's gonna be a second one. So it's like a flat. This is near the beach. Yeah, I'm gonna connect a dirt road to this place. And there's a user called, I think, Dub. He makes a lot of camping assets. So yeah, if you want camping assets, search for a user named Dub in the workshop. There's a toilet. Okay, so you need a toilet for this camper van dwellers to, you know, take showers and stuff. I'm gonna be using hedges to sort of like separate. Let's say if we sell rent out parking spots. Yeah, so we're gonna have dividers, right? And I think we're gonna have electrical outlets, water outlets maybe, but there's no assets for that. I mean, it's only props, okay? You gotta use your imagination. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna put this van, and I'm actually gonna do something interesting with the blue van a little bit later. Something kind of realistic to camper van. Oh, there we go. It's like an awning. So, you know, these campers, they like to have these awnings. They kind of stretch out, and they can stretch in. They can go back inside when the car is moving, but when they stop, they can, you know, stretch out the awnings, right? So yeah, now realistically, you should have poles, but I forgot about that. And yeah, this guy has like a camper van that has an awning, and he has a tent. Okay, so it's not like a camper van, it's kind of like a camper, I guess, because there's no toilet. And meanwhile, this is a caravan, right? Because it doesn't have oh, so this guy's just chilling on his hammock, and he has like a Daihatsu hijet that tows like a caravan, and he has his bike. His bike, a Honda, I forgot the model. I have like a city ride video in my channel that I did some time ago. You should check that out with this bike right here. This guy has a bike on his Daihatsu hijet, a caravan, and he's just chilling on the hammock. This guy is a full-time, he's probably a YouTuber, a full-time camper, right? I'm gonna make a video about camper van, like a solo travel camper van soon. Like, I plan to do that. So it's like a vlog kind of video. Oh, and he has like an umbrella. Yeah. Oh, and this is interesting. A bunch of people are just, they broke out a tent, and they have kind of like a picnic, I guess. It's got food on the table. It's a buffet. English is not my first. English is my second language, so I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, some people are just back from the beach. They are, you know, not wearing proper clothing. They're just chilling like a group of people and just eating food. And I'm gonna show what I like to do. Yeah, I like to use these kind of like food assets and actually put them on the table. I use procedural objects to resize it to be small. Yeah. People probably don't even look at it, but it is what it is. I do it anyway. And this is the arch. We don't have names for these camper van sites, whatever, because I plan to give out, you know, to let people have the opportunity to have their own name on these sort of like places, right? Maybe if I can open up a membership or something, so you can support the city, support my channel, you know, in monetary ways, right? Because yeah, it takes time to do these kind of cities, and I do have like a job, but I like to do cities in my spare time, right? And yeah, so pretty much in the future, I've actually like I had a Patreon some time ago. I canceled because I wasn't active on YouTube. And yeah, I used to give out my patrons, well, I like this asset, is decals. Realistic, right? You have those flowers, yellow flowers, and you have yellow petals on the floor, right? Anyway, what I was saying, yeah, I used to give out certain tram station to one of my friends who was supporting me on Patreon. Like there's even like a daycare center to one of my friends, one of my best supporters. There's a few other places where I gave up, and yeah, this is funny. She's just chilling in the tent in a bikini. I love these assets. Yeah, so I used to give out. It's kind of like I'll make like, what do you call them? Oh wait, I gotta talk about this. This is a Thai asset, Thailand asset. I love them. It's a good Thai gazebo. Kind of looks Malaysian as well. Looks more Thai though. I should get someone to do like a Minangkabau roof. Minangkabau roof. Just Google it, right? So yeah, I mean, maybe one day I'll talk about the, giving people ownership of some places in the city, so they have like their own, signs with their own names. I used to do that for my friends in Patreon, but I don't have that anymore. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this roundabout. We're gonna move on. I forgot the name of this asset in the middle. I forgot. It's an Indonesian asset, definitely. I use like 60% Indonesian assets. It's a cool looking like park asset. It's like a shark and a gator, fighting, I guess. I'm gonna use stuff like pedestrian pathway around it. I love these pathways. I forgot what it's called. You can check them out in my assets. And I'm gonna use this circle PO, procedural object thing, that way you can put patterns on it. I love PO. I'll tell you right now, you can put, and you can do like the whatever the creativity, the possibility of creativity is endless with PO, with all the patterns you can put. This is a very Asian looking pattern, so it's appropriate. It looks like batik, Indonesian, Malaysian. We use a lot of batik patterns, right? And yeah, this is it. This is like the highlight of the park, the roundabout, right? And these are new trees by Mr. Maison. Japanese maple, I think it's called. Yeah, I really like the look of them. I don't want things to be too symmetrical, like too neat, If you put trees, it might not look straight, but I think it looks better. I don't know what it is, but I just like it. Like, yeah, if you want symmetrical, you can use these flowers, right? But I don't want that. I want to put this Japanese maple, because if you're visiting this park from the ground, the maple just look stunning, right? And yeah, we're gonna continue building some jungle parts, forest parts, because we want this park to be nature oriented, right? And I like to put these bushes to cover up the tree barks. These are like low triangle trees, which I use to create forests. I should do a tutorial on that, to be honest. Right? And yeah, this is like the parking lot sign, but as I said, I'm not giving names yet. I'm not putting, actual letterings on any of the places, because in the future, you guys can own a parking lot. Yeah, just have your name up there, right? That'd be cool, right? Because that makes it a little bit more personal, like some more like community shit going. This is the other side of the park. It kind of connects to the camper van. Kind of connects to the road that leads to the port, the fishing port, and the village, the fishing village, the floating fishing village. Okay. This is the other entrance, and I'm just gonna make a gate for this place. And yeah, I think that should be it for my commentary. We're about to end in like a few minutes or a few seconds, end the build video, and we're gonna move on to the cinematic. I just like to say thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for everything. And yeah, peace.